Wednesday. It was time to go to school, and I had no idea what to do this morning. I went to my parents and told them I won't go to school anymore, but they didn't agree, so I needed to go to school again. As I was walking to school, I saw something in the hills, just next to the road. I went over to check what was there, and when I got close, I saw a pack of cats trying to hunt a skeleton. The guy was clearly in trouble, and I didn't mind a detour, so I went over to try and help him, hissing as loud as I could. When I approached, I saw the cats were in fact wolves. The wolves weren't impressed with my hissing, and one of them jumped in front of me and tried to bite me. I avoided it by a split second, but then 5 wolves surrounded me, while 3 were trying to bite the skeleton. I tried to kick them like I do when I play soccer, but they kept attacking me. The situation was not good at all. But then suddenly, I remembered what happened yesterday in the cafeteria. So I tried and I pushed my stomach really hard and did what I do best. I farted! The entire pack backed off a little, looking confused. The skeleton asked me to do it again, and I did. All of a sudden, the wolves got scared and turned around. The skeleton shot a couple of arrows at them and they ran away. After we recovered from the scare, the skeleton was really impressed by my superpower, which scared off the wolves. His name is Steve, and he got lost while trying to hunt a human. Then one wolf got his track, and before he knew it, he was surrounded by an entire pack. He was really happy that I stopped to save him, so he invited me to his house. I told him I can't go, but planned to meet him the next day, in the same place, to talk some more. At school, the teacher was talking about cats, which reminded me of my own questions. If cats are similar to dogs and they come from wild cats and dogs, how come wolves got scared of my fart? I was supposed to be scared of them, right? The entire day I was haunted by this thought. Thursday. I was so excited to meet Steve again, and as soon as I woke up, I grabbed my things and headed straight to the woods, where he was waiting for me. When I got there, I saw he had company. A zombie. Hey dude, this is LJ, my friend. I hope you don't mind he's here. When he heard about your powers, he wanted to meet you. No problem. I'm happy to meet you, LJ. So who are you? Fine, thanks. I know this is short, but can you do us a favor? What? Yesterday you farted and scared off wolves. Yep. Can you do it again? I think so. I mean, I can fart, and people always make fun of me and call me names. They make fun of you and call you names? Yes, they make fun of me and call me names because of my, farts. So what? Why is that? As creepers, we're supposed to blow ourselves up, not fart. So when I hiss, I should be exploding right after. But I can't. I can only come up with a loud, smelly fart. So people call me Stink Bomb. Hey, but blowing yourself up, doesn't that mean you die? Yeah, it does. Why? Why would someone want to die? This is the life of a creeper, LJ. It's what we're supposed to do. That's strange. Anyway, let's get to the point here. I know it's a lot to ask because we've just met, but we need your help. You need my help? I think I've crossed the Minecraft realm and landed in a fantasy game. Come on. Just because your friends at school call you names and don't appreciate you doesn't mean everyone in the world will make fun of you. They're not as friends, Steve. Friends like each other and appreciate each other. Guys, can we get to the point here? Oh yeah, here's the problem. We all live underground, just below a village. This was perfect until a couple of months ago when a human showed up in the village, trading and doing stuff. Then a whole bunch of them showed up. But you go out at night when humans sleep. We do go out at night, but humans don't sleep. They brought a lot of torches with them, and lately they have cats and dogs. Last week, the chief of the Skeleton Commission was killed by the dogs, and those humans decided to get rid of us. They used the dogs to sniff out our small city, and they're planning a huge attack. The attack is going to take place this weekend. So how can I help you? You can scare dogs. I think so. If we can get rid of dogs, we can fight the humans and stay alive. But if the dogs reach us before the humans, they weaken our forces. Bottom line is, we need your help. I don't know what to say. Yes would be a great answer. Then, yes? Great. Come on. We have to announce the other mobs. Wait, Steve, how am I supposed to help you? Our spies will find the exact time of the human attack, and you have to be with us on that day. When a dog approaches, you fart to scare it off. And cats? Does it work on cats too? I don't know, LJ. Can't we find out? Cats don't even live here. They're only in the jungle. There's one around the witch's house in the swamp. Let's go to the swamp and find out if I can scare cats then. I will go with you. LJ, go home and let everyone know about our plan. Okay, bye. I was thrilled. Finally, I'll get to see a cat at last. It was like a dream come true. When we reached the swamp, I saw the witch's hut towering above the ground, but there was no cat around. Steve shot a fish with his bow and we placed it as a bait. Then we sat behind a bush, waiting for the cat. We waited a lot, and then finally, our patience paid off. A cat showed up. He smelled the fish. I gathered all my courage and stepped out. The cat looked up at me. I started to hiss. It started to hiss as well. Then the cat moved towards me, slowly. When it was a couple of inches from my legs, I farted, loud and clear as always, especially because I've been keeping this one fart for a lot of time. And it had the perfect result. The cat jumped backwards, and then it ran away. Awesome! It was the only creeper who's not afraid of cats. Cats would run away from my farts. Way to go! Hooray! Did you see that? Of course I did. Now let's go home. We have to plan the attack, and you need to save some farts for the big day. I went home in a really happy mood. I was so happy and excited my parents were wondering what happened, but I didn't tell them. I wanted to surprise them when the time was right. Friday. Today I met up with Steve again and he told me the fight is going to be on Sunday. I can't wait for it to happen. He also told me that I need to see their Ender, who is the Mob City's doctor. The Ender worried that my farts could be a symptom of a disease or something, so I agreed. Steve took me to a large field where there was a nether portal, towering next to a small house. The house was the Ender's lab, as he was also a sort of guardian for the portal. Hello, Steve. Hello, Doc. Here's the creeper I told you about. Oh, sure. The one who farts? Yup, the one who farts. So when do you fart? Stop worrying. Spell it out. When everyone at school practices hissing and expanding so they can blow up a little. I fart. Aha! So it's after the hiss. Yes. Let me check your charge. The doc scanned me with a strange device which apparently did nothing. My boy, you don't have the right gas mix. What? What's that? Don't they teach you what makes you explode? No, they just tell us how to do it. Where is the mob schooling system going these days? My boy, creepers blow themselves up because they have their bellies filled with gases. The vibrations from the hissing makes the gases explode. Then why can't I explode? You have a different mix of gases. To be more precise, your body lacks one of the gases, so the hissing doesn't produce an explosion, but a gas discharge. What does this mean? You are healthy and you can do whatever a creeper does, but you can't blow up, effectively making you immortal. I see. The visit made me happy, because now I knew what was wrong with me. The only thing that confused me was what caused the different gas mixture in my body. The doc told me I won't be able to do anything, so eating or drinking something to make up for that gas was not possible. So in a nutshell, I was going to be the one that farts all my life. Ha! At least now I know how to use my fart power to scare cats and help people in trouble. Saturday. I'm so excited for the big fight. I want to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow. But before that, I have a mission. I need to learn to control my farts. If I'm going to fart on demand, I need to hold the gas and release loud bombs when I want to. I'm going to practice for a while, then I'm going to go to bed. My Sunday's going to be awesome. Way more fun than hanging out with the other creepers. Who needs them anyway? Sunday. The big day had come. I was so excited that I felt some strange bubbling in my stomach and thought I was going to explode, but it turned out I was just cooking a huge fart in my stomach. I told my parents that I was going to hang out with some creepers from school, but I actually met Steve and LJ. They took me to where they live, which is really different from my creeper community. These guys had an entire city underground. When I walked through those large gates, I saw tons of skeletons and zombies roaming around. A couple of spiders were placing webs on the cave ceilings. However, there was no creeper in this huge metropolis. As I was looking all around me, a spider came to Steve and told him the humans are getting ready. Come on, if we win the fight, you have all the time in the world to stare at the buildings. We walked to a minecart and rode it towards a large cave where there was a small army of skeletons and zombies, about 20 mobs, all of them really anxious. Steve told me they were expecting the humans to come. The plan was simple. I was the one who was going to be in the front line, meeting the dogs. Steve and LJ were going to be with me, making sure I'm not killed by humans. And when the dogs run away, the other mobs were going to take care of the humans. Depending on how many humans were going to flood the cave, there was another way to put off their dogs. The cave was lined with bridges, each of which was packed with a loudspeaker system that could transform any sneeze into a loud noise. I tried it out, squeezing out a small fart, which sounded like the biggest thunder ever. If that was not going to scare the dogs, nothing was going to do it. The cave had 2 tunnels, and we used one of them to get inside. The other one was being used by the humans because it opened in the village above us. The spider came running towards us, yelling that the fight was about to start. I was ready, but before I could charge into battle, Steve grabbed me by the torso and said, "Be careful. I love you." The first thing I saw was a human, all dressed up in armor, surrounded by cats. There were cats, not dogs, but this didn't scare me at all. LJ and Steve took care of the humans, but once they shot him, a dog came out of somewhere and attacked them. I went to them and distracted the dog and then farted as loud as I could. And as I did it, Steve's words echoed in my mind. "I love you." "I love you too, Steve," I said out loud. To everyone's delight, the cats jumped backwards and ran away, while the dog froze for a second, then backed off. Nice. This was only the beginning. Steve took me inside a large cage on the bridge from where we could see the fight underneath us and spot any dogs if they showed up. The speaker system was ready to make each fart into a huge thunder fart. The fight was going really good for us. The skeletons were shooting the humans from a distance, while the zombies and the spiders attacked them one by one. There's a dog! Oh yeah, because there was only one dog so far, I let out a small fart, which sounded 10 times louder. Thanks to the speaker system, the dog ran away, just like I knew he would. After 1 minute, an entire pack of about 20 dogs showed up, so it was time for a big one, the real deal. I pushed and farted as hard as I could. I'm not sure what happened, but I accidentally released a really bad smell. It almost made the humans faint. I guess that's why they gave up on the fight 5 minutes later. They ran away and some of them were throwing up. Mission accomplished. The whole crowd was cheering. Then Steve pulled me close, said to me once more, "I love you," and kissed me. When the last human was chased out of the mob city, everyone cheered and wanted to thank me. It turned into a party, which ended really late. I was the hero. When I got home, my parents were waiting for me. They were really upset. Really, really upset. I don't think I ever saw them this upset ever before. I told them where I was and what I did, but they weren't happy about me talking to strangers and stuff. Monday. I had another serious talk with my parents and they agreed to meet Steve and LJ. I was especially excited for them to meet Steve. They were happy to hear that I put my farting power to good use. When I got to school today, everyone heard about the fight. and how some creepers wanted to be my friend. A few of them even wanted me to teach them how to fart. Steve just called. He asked me to be his boyfriend. I said yes. He said the humans were planning a bigger fight, so there was a huge battle coming up, and he needs me to teach everyone how to fart so we can counter them. What have I started? This is gonna be crazy.